as long as we win, I'm going to be happy. So just be the best leader I can be, now, knowing that I have a year under my belt. I know what to expect. I'm the point guard, so people are going to be expecting a lot from me. I need to be there for my teammates, be an extension of Steph on the court, and just be a great leader and have a lot of fun doing it.
Caitlin Clark just issued a warning, hotter than a jalapeno in a sauna. And guess who it's aimed at? Yep, Angel Reese better tighten her laces, because this isn't just a game. It's a high-stakes showdown, packed with enough drama to make a reality TV producer tear up. Did Caitlin just declare war, or is this all mind games with her incredible jump shot? Grab your popcorn, because this clash is about to turn the hardwood into Hollywood. Get ready for a showdown that's as intense as it is entertaining. Unpack the madness.
I also predict that the Angel Reese-Caitlin Clark rivalry is going to be dead on arrival. I think that rivalry is actually done. I think it's already done. New rivals. I think that rivalry, it's dead. I see more rivalries coming with Caitlin Clark when it comes to the MVP discussion, because her name is going to be in that mix, and it's going to be in that mix fast. I see with Angel Reese more rivalries coming with other post players, her actual position, where that...
The WNBA's 2025 season has kicked off with more spice than ever, practically marinating in drama. The Indiana Fever are gearing up to face the Chicago Sky, and if you think it's just another basketball game, you haven't been following the league's most entertaining rivalry since Lisa Leslie shot that side eye. Welcome to the grudge match of the year, at least for this hypercharged week, featuring none other than Caitlin Buckets Clark and Angel main character syndrome Reese. This showdown promises plenty of intensity, sass, and unforgettable moments that will keep fans talking long after the final buzzer.
There's a reason why she's better. She's elite. She's on a different level. Blood, sweat, and tears in the gym, putting in the work. It's too late. You can't catch up to somebody that's been putting in the work every single day.
And let's just say Caitlin Clark isn't exactly sending Reese flowers and a fruit basket before this showdown. No, she issued a warning. That cool, icy kind of passive-aggressive calm that only someone who's effortlessly sinking 35 yards or tree pinkers can pull off. Clark's message was clear. She's ready to bring her A game, and she's not here to play nice. This matchup just turned even more intense. If you support Caitlin Clark, subscribe our channel and comment CC is the GOAT down below.
Threes were a little bit, I wouldn't say lower. I'll still take 63, but I want to be more so around 70 if I can. Yeah. 81 mid-range is really, really good. Usually around 75 there, and anytime I can get to around 90 out of 100 free throws, I like that number. I want to be above 90, but sometimes I'm not, but if I can be at 90, that's what I like to be at, so.
Here's the thing. Caitlin Clark didn't join the WNBA to make TikToks or stir up podcast drama. She came to play, to light up the scoreboard, and to effortlessly break down defenders. Meanwhile, Angel Reese has been honing her craft in the art of public clapbacks. If there's one thing she's perfected, it's turning every missed shot or trash talk into a motivational speech on Instagram Live. This rivalry isn't just about basketball. It's a battle of personalities, wit, and relentless confidence.
There's so many different weapons on this team. There's a lot of really great leadership. There's people that have won championships. Then we have our young core, our young players, a lot of people that are really, really hungry to win. And I think that's kind of what we were lacking last year. We got to the playoffs, and not only have we not won championships, we barely had playoff experience. So that was a glaring thing that we had to fix. And like I said, Kelly and Amber did a really good job of that. And those vets that have won and been on really great teams wanting to come here, we're really thankful for that. And just through these first few days of practice, everybody's...
Angel Reese has been grinding in the unrivaled league like it's the WNBA Finals. But plot twist, it's not. It's essentially a glorified shoot-around with Instagram filters. She's been flexing her hustle as if rewriting basketball history, yet all that sweat hasn't translated into anything resembling solid gameplay. Meanwhile, everyone had a meltdown because Caitlin Clark didn't make the 3v3 team, as if she missed out on Olympic gold and a Nobel Peace Prize combined. But here's the real twist. Caitlin was busy preparing for real competition, not chasing social media clout. While Reese was dominating a league with the intensity of a yoga retreat, Caitlin was in the lab, cooking up 41 games with a side of humble pie. Now, the big game is just around the corner, and guess who's looking sharper than a Ginsu knife? Not the one running wind sprints in a fashion show, it's Caitlin, the player many said was missing out. Oh, the irony. Reese spent weeks in beast mode, but somehow forgot to upgrade from airballs and layup drills. If working hard with no results were an Olympic sport, she'd be the opening ceremony. Caitlin stayed focused, honing her skills, while Reese remained delusional about her progress. The stage is set, and the world is watching to see who truly has the edge. Hard work or hollow hype.
This was our first look at Caitlin Clark in her second WNBA season, and she did not disappoint. She was raining threes, her handle looked tighter than ever, her vision was on point, and she brought this energy, and she brought the crowd, and everything was just electric because she was on the court.
Let's talk preseason trash, shall we? Because nothing screams game day readiness like cryptic Instagram captions and Twitter fingers on fire. Reese has been subtweeting like she's got a sponsorship from Passive Aggression Monthly. Honestly, if the WNBA handed out MVPs for vague social media posts, Reese would be drowning in trophies. Her subtweets are so cryptic, even the NSA might be scratching their heads, saying, "We don't know who or what this is about, but we respect it." Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, in her signature Jedi Master of Siluan style, has kept her words minimal, because why waste breath when your three-point shot already says everything? Caitlin doesn't need to subtweet. She's too busy turning basketball into an art form, casually draining threes while Reese tries to figure out how to phrase "and I told you so" without sounding desperate. The contrast couldn't be clearer.
Okay, so people are watching, not just because of one person. All right, but they're watching because of Me Too. Me Too. They're playing at LSU. There are people right now, her fans, you know what? Her social media fans.
And oh, the irony. Angel Reese often claims she's the underdog, yet she's doing everything possible to stay in the spotlight, making sure she's the headline, the conversation, and the focus of every discussion. She's like that student in group projects who insists they're being overlooked, all while clutching the clipboard, the whiteboard, and the only pen that works. Reese touts her underdog status, but the reality is, she's not really under anything. She's over every headline, every article, every news cycle. Like a self-corrected queen of drama who's already cast herself as the star, it's as if she's playing in a different movie than the rest of us, where she's both the star and the director, lining up her own franchise before the season even begins. Honestly, it's getting harder to tell whether Reese is trying to craft a compelling redemption story, or if she's just hoping we forget she's been in the limelight all along. Either way, she's carving out a prime spot in the gossip columns, constantly reminding us she's the one who's been held back. Spoiler alert, she hasn't.
They Angel Reese, girl, you're my angel, you're my darling. Folks, the Chicago Sky Game 1 of the preseason was underway last night. Angel Reese looked pretty good, but we're gonna get into that momentarily. On the negative side, Angel Reese fans, LSU fans, all of you who tell us, oh my God, what a big superstar.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark keeps dropping dimes as if it's her side hustle. She's not out here shouting, stomping, or throwing spiritual shade at referees. No, she's doing something much more savage, scoring. Again and again. Efficiently. Relentlessly. While Angel Reese's shooting percentage hovers somewhere near the basement, probably questioning her life choices and wondering why she can't seem to hit water if she fell out of a boat. It's almost like her shots are practicing social distancing from the hoop. And let's not forget, this is only their second year in the league, which means the rookie excuse has officially expired. Like an overused Kardashian product line gathering dust in the clearance bin, it's time to move on. This season is where receipts are pulled, egos checked at the door, and real basketball skills are expected to show up. Like that one friend who always promises to bring snacks, but never does, Caitlin Clark came prepared. She understood the assignment like she had the syllabus months in advance, and she's proving why she's already a force to be reckoned with.
It's about that. But all in all, Caitlin Clark with a plus 42. She played 18 minutes. She played 18 minutes and was plus 42. Plus 42. 42 in 18 minutes. And there was a stage where it was her with all the rookies and she was still just carrying them. She got 2 assists to, I think, to an Yvonne Ejim. 1 foul, 3 turnovers to 5 assists. And again, the turnovers were just trying mad stuff. Like, it is what it is. Don't really care that much. But in 18 minutes, she had 16, 6 and 5. Like, that's so impressive on 60% shooting and 4.
Angel Reese, well, she's still trying to figure out where to put her name at the top of the paper, and her game hasn't quite found its rhythm yet. But hey, there's always next year, assuming next year involves a lot of extra practice and a spiritual awakening about shot selection. For now, though, Caitlin Clark is out here building her legacy, while Reese is still working on what could have been. Chicago Sky fans are hoping Reese will suddenly turn into the second coming of Candace Parker. Meanwhile, Fever fans are just chilling, sipping on their Clark-flavored Kool-Aid because when your franchise drafts a human cheat code, you tend to sleep soundly at night. Especially when that cheat code doesn't need a PR team to explain why she missed 5 straight layups. As game day approaches, it's clear Caitlin Clark isn't just playing chess, she's playing a speedrun checkmate. She's been quietly training like an assassin, while Reese has been busy perfecting the art of looking heated during a timeout. Clark's game film is a highlight reel. Fluid, precise, unstoppable. Reese's? More like a blooper compilation set to motivational music, with plenty of room for improvement.
Twitter fingers turn to can't even show up and buy ticket fingers. Angel Reese going home to her alma mater, LSU, plays against the Brazilian national team in front of 6,373.
But here's the twist. Angel Reese still insists she's the villain, acting as if that's some kind of badge of honor, the misunderstood anti-hero, the Joker of college hoops. But the reality is she's not the villain we love to hate. She's the villain we often forget to hate because halfway through the game, she's already on the bench, with 2 early fouls and a turnover so wild it nearly took out a camera operator. And yet, from the sidelines, she's still flailing, shouting, doing the most, like volume alone equals impact, as if yelling at her teammates and throwing daggers at the ref somehow adds to her strategic contributions. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, ever the unbothered maestro of the hardwood, doesn't need to engage. Her response is cold, calculated, and devastating. A deep 3-pincer, a smooth backpedal, and that signature deadpan stare. No words, no smirks, just pure vibes and buckets. Clark doesn't clap back or get emotional. She lets her game do the talking. While Angel seems caught in a WWE audition with all the theatrics, Clark is out there playing chess, dishing out 10 assists, and quietly dismantling any hope her opponents have of staying in the game.
I don't want to hear ever again anyone ever tell me that there's anyone that's like Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. I don't ever want to hear it again. Nobody. There is nobody like her. I'm not glazing her. I'm telling the truth. I'm not blowing her. I'm telling the truth. She drew over 16,000 people to watch her team play the Brazilian national team at Iowa. Tickets were going for over $600 per the broadcast on the third-party market. The tickets sold out in the blink of an eye. People keep telling us there are other people in the WNBA who have made it matter. People keep telling us there are other players who are so very, very loved. There are other players who are so very, very marketable and marketed and watched and all that great stuff.
Let's be fair. Reese can rebound. She can hustle. She can even fire up the crowd with a fierce stare down. But at some point, all the TikTok dances and pre-game struts need to turn into actual points on the scoreboard. Caitlin Clark is busy rewriting the playbook, while Angel is busy rewriting her captions. The real comedy kicks in after the game, though. Oh, the excuses. Angel Reese will claim it's personal, political, or even astrological. Mercury in retrograde, the refs with Virgo rising, anything but her own performance. Caitlin, on the other hand, will shrug, mumble something humble, and walk off into the sunset like a basketball Ronin, silent, composed, unstoppable. And let's not forget the media circus. Reese will find a camera faster than she finds the rim, declaring herself a misunderstood queen, battling adversity like she's auditioning for a Netflix documentary titled Misunderstood But Loud. Caitlin? She'll likely hit a game-winning shot the next night and pretend like she didn't just end someone's entire season. The contrast is clear. One's loud, theatrical, and full of excuses. The other's cool, calculated, and focused on winning.
Wait a minute. Correct me if I'm wrong here. I thought Angel Reese was responsible for elevating the WNBA dump. I thought Angel Reese was responsible for taking the dump and turning it into an unmonetizable turd. Now, to her credit, it is a nicely polished turd. It almost looks appealing. Almost. Of course, it's still not appealing enough to generate profit, but I guess the WNBA is taking baby steps.
However, the WNBA has now realized what every basic marketing intern at a C-list tech startup already knew. If you want attention, you need to put someone on stage that people actually want to see. Enter Caitlin Clark, the 3-month shooting, crowd-hyping, ratings-boosting wizard from Iowa, and suddenly, poof, the league remembers how capitalism works. For years, the WNBA was like that indie band no one listened to but everyone insisted was underrated. Now, thanks to Caitlin, they've sold out an arena for a season opener. Not a finals game, not a playoff clash. A random Tuesday night with someone named Tina from Minnesota guarding the Gatorade cooler. The only thing more shocking than the sellout crowd is that resale ticket prices are now higher than Snoop Dogg's cholesterol level after a visit to the deep-fried food truck. Let's be honest, before Caitlin Clark, WNBA tickets were practically being handed out with every oil change. Congratulations on your transmission flush. Here's 4 front-row seats to watch the Mercury get crushed by 30. But now, Caitlin didn't just raise the league's profile, she dragged the entire league over the bar like a CrossFit champion on a Red Bull bender, turning it into a must-see spectacle that even casual fans can't ignore.
This was a pre-season WNBA game. Do you understand what I mean? A pre-season WNBA game. By the way, why the hell is the Paige Beckers and Angel Reese ratings from Ion Network Friday, why are they MIA right now? I'm going to be very interested to see what those ratings look like when they come out. Oh my God, bro, you're such a racist. Okay. Well, I mean, we're literally talking about TV ratings, but this is called compare and contrast for you low IQ.
And yet somehow, the WNBA is acting like this sudden surge of interest was part of some master plan, as if they've been quietly waiting in a dimly lit room for decades, whispering, "Just wait. One day, a white girl from Iowa will save us all." That's not strategy. That's divine intervention, disguised as a clutch jump shot. Meanwhile, some of the league's veterans are side-eyeing Caitlin harder than TSA agents scrutinizing a suspicious carry-on. Who does she think she is? The reason your locker room no longer echoes with silence, Karen, that's who. Caitlin Clark stepped into the WNBA like a human defibrillator, reviving the entire brand with her talent, and now everyone's mad she's getting all the camera time. Relax, you've had your chance. Nobody was lining up around the block to watch a pick and roll played in monotone silence. Caitlin's energy and skill turned the league into must-see TV, and suddenly she's the biggest star they've got.
Million viewers. Oh God. Oh goodness gracious. More watch than any NBA preseason game since 2018. Nasty. All but 2 NBA preseason games since 2010. Nasty. Game 1 of the 2024 WNBA Finals. Oh. Game 1, 1.1 million viewers. Caitlin Clark shows up just to play some preseason ball at her alma mater. 1.3 million viewers. Folks, NBA Finals numbers this year, once the Fever get there, yeah, we're talking 3 million plus. It is what it is. It is what it is.
And let's not overlook the merchandise frenzy. Jerseys are flying off shelves as if Taylor Swift tour tickets are hidden in the fabric. Corporate sponsors, once hesitant and dismissive of the WNBA, are now scrambling over each other like shoppers on Black Friday. Oh yes, we've always believed in women's sports, they say, all while secretly revising last year's budgets, which listed WNBA visibility under non-essential spending. Give credit where it's due, the league is finally grabbing attention. And it's not because someone dunked for the 3rd time this century. It's because Caitlin Clark brought star power, a dedicated fan base, and forced a very confused ESPN crew to pretend they've always known who the Indiana Fever are. So yes, WNBA, maybe don't just thank Caitlin. Bake her a cake. Name an arena after her. Even rebrand the league if you have to. At this point, it's the CCBA, Caitlin Clark Basketball Association, and everyone else is just living in her spotlight. If you enjoyed leaving a like and subscribing, more videos are on the screen now.